Hello, hi, and welcome to Meaningful Mondays with me, Rashmi Shetty, a space where I share my life lessons. And today's is on being non judgmental, a life lesson that I got from a 20-year-old. But before I set out on my life lesson, happy Deepavali to all of you. A festival that I really love because it's beyond religion, beyond communities. It's a lovely festival where everyone gets together and has a good time. It's more of exchange of sweets, bursting crackers together, getting the whole community that you're living with together and having a good time. So making sure that the entire atmosphere has happiness all around. And this Diwali was a green Diwali for most of us. So hoping you had a lovely weekend and setting out to a great week ahead. Happy Bhai Dooj for those who are celebrating it today. Moving on, yes, non judgmental. This is one important prerequisite, whether you're a leader, you're a coach, you're a teacher, or into any relationship that you're getting into. Very difficult to follow because it's very natural for us to get in our perceptions into whatever we do. This was something that happened to me about a couple of years ago. As a visiting faculty to different colleges in the city, this was one media college that I was regular to. I loved interacting with the 20-year-olds because the challenge the college would always put to me was something that I loved exploring. And since this was a media college and all these kids that I was interacting with were upcoming directors, writers, and actors, the 3 day workshop, 3 complete days, were on how to work with your voice, work with your creative writing, work with your acting, and then present it on day 3. So dividing them into teams was what I went planning, and the whole 3 days was designed with all this in mind. Before I could enter the class, when I was having a chit chat with the teachers in the staff room, at least 3 to 4 of them very clearly told me, Rashmi, just watch out for this boy called Darshan who's pretty distracted and can take the class off the complete road of what you have designed. So if you find him too distracting, you can actually send him out of class and tell him not to be part of the 3 days because maybe he would just throw you off gear. I was very curious to know why would a student do that. But either way, I said, yeah, sure, I'll take care. And the moment I went into class and I was introduced, the first thing I did was ask the kids to do a self introduction. So at 20, I think the girls and the boys had their own ways of introducing and they had to be creative. And for me, the most creative in that entire batch was this very same distracted Darshan. I found him absolutely interesting in the way he introduced himself and he caught my attention. So I decided to throw the opinion of the teachers out of the window and handle this in my own way. Day 1 started, it was all about understanding yourself as an artist, as far as the voice went, acting skills went, the vocabulary that you use. And then working with teams, they were assigned different challenges on how they're going to come up with their own story, own dialogues, and also put out who's going to play what role and do a play together. So the rules were the best play would win prizes and the best all rounder, as in the one who's contributed the most, who's kept the class alive, and who's been the best actor, would be the best participant award that would be given to him. So everybody was super excited because prices were on. And day 1 went off smoothly, having a good time. Everyone waited for day 2. Day 2 had more interactions, more about acting skills and how they work with their voice, how do they get into creative writing. And on day 3 was the competition. I picked up gifts at the end of day 2 to give them, and I had decided I'm going to give almost everyone a prize because I saw them absolutely brilliant. So I picked up little pens and other knickknacks that I could give them, gift wrapped each of them, and said the next day that there's going to be a first prize, second prize, and third prize for the best plays. And remember, there's a best all rounder prize as well. So they were super excited. competition started, and the judges were the very own participants. So there was no way there would be any kind of unfair treatment to anybody. So they had to decide amongst themselves which play was most popular by means of votes. So this is how we had set it out, and day three, each one performed to his or her best. And once they'd all done, voting started, and the team that won the first prize, the most popular team, was the one with Darshan and his other fellow classmates. It was really a brilliant play with a lot of subtle messages that went across. And when all prizes were given for team 1, 2, and 3, the final vote for the best participant was to be announced. And unanimously, everyone voted for Darshan. He was somebody who was through and through involved and just kept getting better by the end of each day. And when I called up Darshan to come and take his prize, he completely shocked me when he came up and he fell at my feet first before he could take the prize. I said, God bless you, but, and I paused. Immediately he looked at me and he said, thank you so much, ma'am. These 3 days changed my life. You don't even know what you did. And at that point, I had my life lesson that the less you judge people, the more you can have depth in a relationship. It was a 20-year-old who taught me that. But whatever Dr. Wayne Dyer had said, as in be someone who judges no one, I think he taught me that in a very beautiful yet profound way. What have your experiences been, and who have your teachers been? Do share it with me. Stay safe and stay blessed.